Alright, tonight I got two new ones, one old one. Start with the two new. This is called Cats and All.
Awesome title.
Thank you. Patchy black cat, come watch me play this gray piano. Paw across the keys with no more tune than me, rainy souled with dreams of being older. Another night, I don't know when, I'll taste some sediment. I'll make my peace with all your kind, you calendar kith, you speechless lips, carelessly affectionate and fickle to the last. I don't mark time passing with each cat I've known, but I should. The tabby that put my brother in hives and turned all cats to strangers. The twin kittens of the kid who moved away in the 7th grade and prospered, far away from a place that almost ate me. Cloud Fur George, silent as my girlfriend's father, but maybe not so disapproving. Some artist's pet, some stray resident of the tenement. The Halloween duo who fought for no reason and cuddled on accident. And now the princess of nothing past the door, who sleeps on my chest like an amulet, and asks me for nothing but a share of the heat. She knows I've got more than I'll ever need. Some creatures want jobs and names and places that don't change. Some creatures have orders to meet. Some creatures can't abide the invention of the city. Some creatures live and die in mystery. That's one. Here's the second new one. It's called Fragments from Winter. Faraway cities and bare apartments appear when Sunday has a new fog like a carpet rolled up around our city's towers. Where I came from, there weren't any towers. It took some time to tear away, and among the pieces that fell was a boy in the grass of Grayscale, Ohio. When the snow melts in April, he'll have long disappeared. Today, I'm useless and want to burn like a cold stick 10 feet from a fire. Want to dull what's sharp in me. I practice nightly. I quaff and forget nothing. I want to hear the shy wake, well rested like the siren of a serene province on the night of the first fire in a cool decade. I will be a Bon and arsonist, elevating ember thoughts above the kindled woods where I invite the stone weighing down my eyes to glow 10 ecstatic scores of orange. I feel a fire climbing up the ice that locks me in this sedentary life. We need to weave the day into a sheet that dusk and dawn hold tight around the trim to launch us through the night and back again. That's better than being birds, who you can only watch escape or see arrive unless you chase their tails till doomsday, or stunt them in a cage. Just one time up high, then homeward, slowly to the ground for sleeping, flesh to ash if that's your custom, feathers falling to blacktop, twirling like ballerina necks. The old one of these days I'm going to put together an actual collection and self-publish because it's the 21st century. Fuck publishing companies, they're quaint. Like, rotary phones are quaint too. So this is called An Open Letter to the Escapers. At the end of the page where your sympathies stop, all that remains of me terminates in pearl, soon covered over in cascading autumn. Underneath the linden where I swore I'd never die, you will seek my kiss in every leaf that falls to weave within your hair, but wait for dusk and then recall that I was never there. When you wash them out, remember me. How like scholars seeking prophets, I relied on the near-forgotten scribblings of a dreamer on the tide, or buried below a mountain, or sick in Reading jail. How I noticed quiet things. That capital collegiate teen wearing 2 bras because her breasts were too big, saying to the caravels whose soaking sails were flat-chested girls, studious and sad before their mirrors, come at me, all of you, brandishing spoons. I would gladly make us into equals. It was on this very balcony, now listen, I'll say lyrically, where I confided in our gypsy teas that simplicity is not the emptiness in me, not the night beneath the sea nor any other agony. It is the image of a sleeping pose in the eyesight of another. Yes, every drinking drop, every sigh and curl, bright and small like torn white paper, on a black bed so vast it could swallow England. Yet not a single one among us clutching pillows hazards dreaming. Recall how I reclined on a mattress on the floor, swearing by the precedence of maddening sacred distractions like the ritual of dusk, where a boy just old enough to legally starve throws his shirt from the window and shouts out after it to be free. Now everybody for a mile square has a photograph of me, bourbon steeped on a bachelor evening, with that nameless nomad in my arms, a feather in a hand and a stone to pills, come to steal the hunger from my blood and ask me just what brought me to the trembling dark. And though I never answered, I should have wrapped my sopping skin in that torpid purple blanket, kissed the history in its knob-champa velveteen, then surrendered to exhaustion after saying, I would rather be a drunk than a slave. I would easier be a monk than a soldier, and I would sooner chase the smile from another's face than be the one at whom he laughs. Thanks for the attention.